Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined, as always, by Dylan Zampa, of course, competing for the 2022. Oh, actually, he's just a 2022 Kulwicki Driver Development, part of the Kulwicki Driver Development Program. I think I got that right. How's it going, man?
Going great. How about you?
Doing well. So I know it's been a pretty solid few weeks for you as you kind of wrap up 2022. Kind of talk about what you've been up to in the last few months.
Yeah, so we've had quite a few races the last few months. It's been up and down really at the end of the year. Last year we ended off really strong with a lot of top three finishes last year. So and a couple wins. This year our ending to the season's not going as planned. Had really big hopes. We dialed in the race cars. They're really good at all the tracks right now. And just kind of coming up on the end of the stick right now with some bad luck, leading a lot of races and finishing in around the 14th, 15th position with last like 3 laps left in the last 3 races. So definitely tough ending the season, but looking to get the last 4 races under the belt.
So kind of talk about where you're going to be at. I know kind of starting this weekend.
Yeah, so we had our off weekend. We kind of just, as a team and a family, kind of just regrouped, got our minds back. Going to start working on the car, get it ready for Stockton, which is coming up on this next weekend right now on the 1st. It'll be the 15K Stockton Brawl race. So I'm looking forward to getting back to Stockton. We've had some up and down luck there lately. So we had a really fast car last time there and just got caught up in a wreck on like lap 5. So just looking forward to going back there with the new setup and a new car. So just looking forward to getting back out there. We also are going to go back to Kern one more time, which we've had some really good luck in qualifying there and not so much race luck. Our draws have been really bad. So looking forward to getting back to Kern. We've always had a good car. And then we go to Irwindale, which will be our last SRO race. So currently sitting 4th in points, I think. We didn't have the best points weekend last weekend at Irwindale. So and then hopefully end off our season with a race in Vegas at the Bull Ring for their 10,000 to win race.
All right. So going into being, I know that with the standings and stuff, talk about, like, I know being part of the driver development program, the Kulwicki driver development program, you're doing a lot of stuff, doing a lot of charity work as well. Kind of talk about what you're doing with the Ronald McDonald House.
Yeah, so the Ronald McDonald House started at the end of last year. Found out by my good friend Jeremy Doss that there was a Ronald McDonald House near All-American Speedway where we've been running a lot this year and had a lot of success there. And it just seemed to work really well. Met the ladies at the front office. They're all very nice, respectful. They brought me in, and I brought along my tire guy, who races sprint cars also. So I brought him with me all the time on Saturday mornings, and we drop off some food. So we didn't get to meet any of the kids, sadly, due to their COVID regulations here in California. So definitely was a blast doing the Ronald McDonald House this year. Also been doing a lot of raffles at all the races. We just had a raffle at Irwindale, and that one was really successful. And now we're starting up my breast cancer foundation.
I was about to ask you about that.
Yeah.
So can you talk about what you're kind of doing with the you're partnering with let me see here. You're partnering with the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation to raise money for breast cancer awareness in honor of your grandmother.
Yeah, so that's the reason why I started using pink when I was about 12 years old. She passed away. She beat cancer once and then it came back 7 years later, and she just couldn't fight no more. She put up a outstanding battle in the first 7 years. So when she unexpectedly passed from cancer, I switched over all my race cars from orange numbers like my brother over to pink, and pink has just been a great color. A lot of people don't really know my backstory to that, so to let it out and tell people definitely gets me emotional. But I'm glad to let people know why I run pink. It's not just my favorite color. Definitely over the years it's become my favorite color. It's just kind of what I use on everything. So raising money. Last year it went really well. We raised over $5,000 for it. So this year, so far, a lot of people have donated, and we're starting off on the right track right now. I'm just super thankful for all the people that have come together to help put this program together, and also all of my fans, supporters, just everyone that's around me that has supported it so far.
And of course, if people want to donate, where can they go?
They could go to my Facebook at Dylan Zampa, and it should be the first pinned link on Facebook, same as Twitter. It'll be pinned right when you look on my profile at Zampa_Dylan. So if you want to go there and check it out, it'd be much appreciated.
Okay, and we'll obviously we'll update that, and we'll keep you updated on what's going on over there. So, of course, kind of going into this part of the season, I know that also being a part of the program is that you're going to be program's kind of closing in on kind of on its end. This is your second year of the program. This is you're the only one that's kind of gone through this twice out of the current class right now. But what's it been like this learning about from year one to year two?
The first year, yeah, definitely. It taught me a lot that social media is one of the biggest parts with the Kowicki program. So being in my second year, I knew social media was going to be a big part. Last year we came up short, runner up to Luke Fenhouse. He did a phenomenal job. That was his second year. So I knew he was going to kind of have the upper hand. I feel like the second year candidates have the upper hands because they know what they're going into the second year. The first year, I was taught by Mike Doss and Jeremy Doss. They won it back in 2019. So I definitely learned a lot from them. So I feel like as a rookie, my first year doing it, I started off really, really well. And by the end of the season, I just kind of, just showed a lot of my fans and supporters what it's like racing for the Zampa Motorsports team. It's a family-owned team by my parents. So we work out of a small garage. I like to post about that a lot this year, about what we work out of, just to kind of remind people that we live in Napa and we don't live in a big house up on the mountain with a backyard view to the vineyards. So we live in a little cul-de-sac here in the middle of Napa, and I like it here. Our neighbors are super supportive of what we do. They're always following along on my social media of what I'm doing, community service wise, so they understand it. The late nights with the cars running, they're all very easy about it. So it just makes it easier having nice neighbors also.
Absolutely. Of course, we're going to Stockton this weekend. I know there'd be a big win. You haven't won in a while. So what's it going to be like? What do you got to do to get a win?
Yeah, I think right now it's just down to that we just had some bad luck with the run-ins that people have been taking us out, so I think going into this race, we just need to have our mindset straight. Last race, it was a little off the whole weekend, but we dialed it in as a team on Saturday morning. We had a group meeting in the motorhome. We just needed to lock down, get these cars fast and get a good starting spot, and just work our way to the end. And unfortunately, the last two races we've had some cautions that shouldn't have happened. Last race caution was just out of the ordinary. The second place car called there was oil on the track, which he was at the bottom of the track, so I don't know how he saw that. But so definitely going into the Stockton race, we're going to be, I'm more hungry than I have been this whole year for a win. So I'm definitely going to play how I'm going to be raced. Stockton's a little tight track, so you're always rubbing on someone. So it's never like, oh, he hit me. So, got to keep that in the back of your mind that people run into you at that track and it's not on purpose. It's just the track is so tight. So going into this race, definitely going to be a little bit more aggressive on starts and try to get as much position as I can on starts. Because when that race gets sprung out, tires get really hot. The surface is really old. So, restarts are your best friends. Tires are nice and cold. Get a good start and just kind of fall in line and just ride till the next caution.
Well, Dylan Zampa, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.